Yo guys! So today I want to show my newest song, Magical World. I wanted to show how I made the song, which is also explain how it looks like when I make music. I use this kind of dog called Reaper by Cocos, and yeah, this is the project file of the song, and I'm just gonna show how I made the song step by step. The first part here we have the main intro where one just consists of one piano that's the chord that's following this pattern, and the only thing is it has some kind of the only thing is a normal piano, this plugin, a free piano that works pretty well, and just stereo widening, and then just a reverb which just gives it more atmospheric feeling. And we also have the ARP, this one, which is just a chiptune which has a lot of bit crushing combo. So without these effects it sounds like this. It sounds like a standard very high pitched plug, but when we add those plugins it sounds a bit more like 8-bit. And then of course we also have reverb, and also I have this bell that just goes in the background, and it just follows this. It sounds very big, gives it more feeling. And I also added a background thingy. This is a Camilla preset. And yeah, this just goes in a normal background feeling. And this one, the plucky, I would say pluck, nothing really interesting. It just goes in a straight line, which is a preset too. But yeah, a lot of these are made by myself, but also a lot of presets made. Yeah, and this one is the strings that goes in the second part. And this is just a preset. Also, just 70 string works pretty well for an upbeat. And this also have just a kick that just goes up like this. Just filters up. Yeah, cool. And then we also have this chords, which also gives up, which is second. This is also made just a standard saw chord. And then we also have this, which is a preset, which is a little bit more harsh. Just gives it more white noise feeling. And when it comes up to this part, this is the intro, the most intro part. And this part is just, like I said, the same atmospheric thing. We also have this 8-bit. We also have this part. A bit more a high frequency, and then we have a little bit wobbly variant of it. And then we also have this saw stabs, which goes around, which gives it more bassy. And then I have some screech in the background to a Camille preset. And then we have just normal kick drums, which go in the background, follows the beat. And then I also have this a lot of random high-tech sounds. It fits better when you hear it all together. Then we have this part. Nothing really special. It's just that I added this part, which is an atmospheric sound I made. It just goes in normal. It's just samples, pentatonic samples, and one harmonic that gives it that. Yeah, this is just all the. Added this, and it gives it more and I added a chrome on it. Gives more coloring, and I replicated that intro from this with another weird sound that I made. It was pretty fine, pretty cool, and then it just goes like this. And same with the piano going here. So it's pretty cool. And then I have like these just growing, and this screech in the background. Just give it more energy, and then we have this string that goes in a big line, and then we have the kick that just grows passively, and we have like a sweep that just. Now we come to the next part where I made this part. It was pretty fun because now this one just has a normal distorted bass, and it goes in a straight line with it. And we have like those piano that just goes in like one single chord from the like first chords. And we have a like an average kick drum. Just a lot of these kind of fills in the song, which sounds pretty cool. But yeah, we have just normal kicks, and then I had this like voice lines when it comes, you know. It sounds pretty cool. It's just a lot of different distortion plugins, frequency shifter, yeah, just and an OTT to give it more like that. And without this, just sounds like this.
Hold up, my flow nuts. Y'all kids is lame.
It sounds really weird, but when you add it, it just gives it a hard like level of it. And this one is the same. It's a normal plugin, which is just heavily distorted, and just goes like that. Just high frequency. It sounds good when it goes like to the next part. And now I also added like a minigun thing, like with this. No wait, that's not a minigun. Where is it? Wait that. It's in here, yeah. Just a minigun sequence. It has like Kickstarter, like it's like a sidechainer, and it gives more tension. And while that goes, I also have a lot of these ones. And with kick, it just sounds like. And yeah, we have left fill. And yeah, we have like a sub bass. No, that's a screech. It goes in the background. Same, we have this kind of screech that's just ducking it. Like it just gives it more tension. Yeah, that's it for that part. And we come to this part. Oh yeah, I also added this thing. But it just, that's the same, it's like heavily distorted. It just sounds like a normal vocal if I turn off the effect.
Yes, you know the type. I got the quick draw.
It sounds really weird, but it's all about just trying things, I guess. And in the next part, it kind of just goes the same, but it follows like a new chord with this chord that just goes. It goes over, and it goes over to this like really fast ARP. Which is, I think, was really cool to add, and it sounds like, you know, when you listen to it all together, it sounds really cool. And then we have the chord that follows the piano, like this. Which is just following the chord. And I also added this sort of bass, which goes in like this kind of thing. It gives like harmony. And of course all the screech sounds I added. And it goes like in a normal, it goes like. But yeah, that's it for that part. It also have this like minigun bass that goes in the background of it. Yeah, and this one I also added this. Also this part, it just sounded the same, like, which is a different thing. It sounds like this. And then I have this part that goes up like this. It's, yeah, you don't really hear it, but it's like there in the background. And if I turn it off, it's just like a normal.
man, I love for years. Worldwide respect from all our
And like how the thing is how I made this is it's just yeah, the OTT just gives it more like thicker. And if like the frequency shift, if we turn all of these off, the stereo just make it wider. The limiter just is to limit the sound. The frequency shifter is like what gives it like a higher scent. I don't know, it just shifts it. It sounds really cool. The ensemble, what that does, it just it sounds like more voices at the same time. The chorus, it because that if I the rate is what gives it like that wobbly thing. So if I turn it on like this, when if I you see it gets like the rate goes even faster. And they will also have the frequency shift. If I add OTT, it's gonna sound more. Yeah, and the fracture just gives it more like a distortion feeling. Yeah, it sounds really cool in the build up. I don't know if you can really hear it, but it's like it's just there. I also added this thing. It's just yeah, a lot of distortion. Now the funny part, which is the color base. And the drum bass just goes in like a dubstep pattern. We have this one, which I showed earlier. It's like it's like a hi-hat sequence from and then I just added chroma to it, so it sounds like hi-hats, and then chroma gives it color. I don't know, it's just some kind of background thing. And we of course we have all of these, which is just and we have that minigun in the background every time it does. Yeah, these are just the same thing, and I also added like these chord stabs. It's just a really like this is just a really distorted. Just a lot of distortion. It's just so lead, and then the bass it goes. Yeah, and that just goes the same. And now the funny part is every time it does like basses like this. So this one is like chrome breeze. Like I said, it's the chrome on it. It still gives it some kind of color. The bass is just a really fat sub. There's also no, that doesn't have any chroma. And it goes really well with those two. And on this like down sample, it's like a pitch shifter I use Rallion pitch shifter. And then it also has chroma. This one is just a melodic stomp bass. Right there, it's also a preset from Nasco. He makes a really cool sounds. And I also have this another thing that goes like this. A growl that also has. And it gives out like that really cool sequences. And then we come to the next part where it goes like down. Something really interesting, we have the atmospheric sounds. And then I have like a piano. Oh, there we go. It's just a release cut piano from Kagi. I think you guys have heard him from like Twitter or something. He's a really cool artist. Yeah, it's just a really stabby and it has like no release. So yeah, that was really interesting, and it just continues on this one. This is just the same part as the build-up part right here. It just goes to this part was really fun making this one. It just goes. It just does this whole part, and I added like this really nice piano melody. So sounds really emotional and cool. And then I have like a shorter version of them, which goes in. This is the video bell. It's just a under version of it. It sounds really cool together. And we have this. That's also the same. It's this one. This first block. And of course the atmospheric sounds, and like it goes from then this one I also added like this shift tune melody. It goes in the background, and the other sounds do it too. So it sounds really cool when it like builds up like this. The saw chord down here that just replicates the piano on top. So it's a side chain. Same with this one, the horse one. And a sub bass that replicates the chord. And of course screech sounds. And the kicks just go like on top like this. If we build up like this. And then it goes up to just build up that. And yeah, that's really cool. That's really emotional, so it's like and it builds up with these vocals that I made. And it builds up to this drop. Now comes the drop, which is okay, this was really fun to make. The chords that follows this pattern. Of course we have the chords that follows the same pattern. I also added this like hard sound. This is like the piece I made. We love distorted chords. I mean, who doesn't love distorted chords? But it's not. Yeah, it's just like. And you have the sub bass and distorted bass as well ducking. It's background. Like I always use screech because it gives it more like background, and it just sounds really fully. I also have this like very simple drum. And I have the same melody that I added on this part. It sounds like this. Yeah, this one, you know. And then I have did like a really cool saw. This one, which I made myself. It sounds really cool together. And this one is just a lot of noise, which gives it the background. If I turn off the noise, and then all of a T-tune, if I turn it down, now it sounds just like a talking saw, and then I keep adding the tune. It's a great tune. And this one is the preset I made. Like you can also play this, and it sounds like this. So it is recorded things, but the noise gives it the background. This one. But yeah, and it just goes like that. For every part it goes that is like at the end of this, I also added this like piano that goes after that, and it sounds really cool like this. And it's just this piano that goes like this. It sounds really cool. And it follows that, and Now it follows that, and the kick follows with this one too. Like this one. And on this part we have this part. And in this part it just goes like a stabby thingy, and it follows. Like, the thing is, when it's a normal A2 we use, that I use, and it keeps repeating this, and this makes different. And this one just follows the bass, and it's all the chords. It goes like this. In the background too. And with the kicks, it gives it like that. In the background follows the bass. Yeah, and then it goes out to this nice part. This one I used to reuse this piano, and it goes to, I also added this like, yeah, the strings on the other part, which follows it. Sounds really cool with this. Wait, no, that's not it. And the pluck of course follows. And it starts there. Yeah, and that's just how I really made this song. It was probably one of the best tracks I made as far as I made this video, and I hope I hope this will do well, and I'm happy people like this, at least those will listen to it. And yeah, I mean, I've used Reaper for now for I think like 2 months. I used to use FL, but I stopped using that because Reaper was more for like the sound designing type, so it worked more well for me. But I'm happy this turned out as it did, and thank you so much for watching this. And yeah, yeah, bye bye.